Hey guys, Jared Weggeland here from Focus Group Florida, Keller Williams Realty. Focus Homes, your local custom home builder, and Focus Remodels when you love where you live and you want to make it better. Okay, it's real estate roundup time. Here is the headline. Central Florida home sales plummet, home size jumps dramatically, and the days on the market falls as price drops crash. All right, there was a lot in that headline. Let's get into the details. This particular week, some of the headlines were the pending sales. So in Lakeland, Central Florida, generally about 100 sales a week is a good number, pretty steady over time. I know the last several weeks, as I'm looking on my notes, we've been more in that 80 to 90 range, but we have hit those 100 marks in there too. This particular week, there was only 54 sales in the last 7 days, new pending contracts. That's very, very low. Okay, then if we look at our square footage, this surprised me. I know last week we had a bit of a dip, if you remember. Last week we dipped 185 square feet to 1672 square feet for the sold homes. This week it jumped 253 square feet to 1925 square feet, average size of homes sold. Now what happened was that made a massive jump in the average list price and average sold and closed price. So the average list price went up to $384,000 and the average sold price went up to $374,000. Okay, that was a massive difference from last week. Last week it was $325,000 and $318,000. So massive jump. However, we look at the price per square foot and that basically stayed about the same. So the average list price per square foot went up slightly from $195 to $196 a square foot. The average sold price per square foot again went up slightly from $190 a square foot to $191 a square foot. So the square footage per square foot price stayed the same, but the size went up dramatically. That's why we see the difference. All right, if we look at the cancellations, the withdrawn listings, the expired listings, nothing significant here to report. However, it was the end of the month, and so because we reset, often listings expire. So we did have 8 expires this past week, which was more than before. If we look at our active listings, in Lakeland, active listings went up by 20 units, so a relatively small number to 967. And the price drops for Lakeland went down by 16. So not a big deal, but we look at the listings for the county, dramatic. So last week, 720 listings had a price improvement down. This week, only 467, so there was 253 less listings who got a price improvement. That is a massive difference, so we'll see how this goes week over week. Finally, if we look at the actual listings activity, we had slightly more listings, slightly more sold, and less pending listings in Lakeland. And then for Polk County, we had slightly less listings. We had a lot more closings, which makes sense because it was the end of the week, and we had slightly less pendings going on there. So you see there's a lot of activity going on in Central Florida. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Please look at the bottom. Ask about our Focus home swap program where you can get your next home first and sell last, your current place. Ask about how remodels can come and update your home ready to sell or just to enjoy, and ask us about building a little ADU or a little apartment or mother-in-law suite for you in your backyard. This week's First Friday, we hope to see you there down by Munn Park. Take care now.